YouTube Tuesday from Barnabas Junction, brought to you in association with the Model Railway YouTube Community Group, MRYCG, connecting the Model Railway community together. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and YouTube. Just search for MRYCG. Good evening, everybody. Welcome. YouTube Tuesday, me, Barnabas Junction. How are you all? We're not in the loft, and we probably all know why. Yes, it's freezing cold up there today, so we're down in the editing room to do tonight's show. And tonight's show is going to be building this kit from Dapol. It is the Signal Gantry C017 kit by the Dapol Kitmaster range. So it's not been open, so I have absolutely no idea how this kit goes together. So looking forward to that. Hope you are all too. So first of all, let's say a big thank you to everybody that is a channel member. So big thank you to everybody that is channel members for helping to support this channel in by channel membership. You will find links to all of these fantastic channels in the video description down below. I do highly recommend you go check each and every one of these out, and if you like what you see, then please do subscribe to them. And when you do subscribe, hit the bell, select all notifications, and interact with their channels when you do subscribe. Even if you subscribe to anybody's channels whatsoever, please do interact with them. So yes, huge thank you to every one of these on the list for being channel members, helping to support this channel to be what it is, bringing you this every single week. Okay, so thank you very much to all of those, and we'll get on with the remainder of the show. So let's have a look at who is in the chat tonight. Scrolling back to the beginning. Right, so welcome to John Dawson, Timber Surf. Who else have we got in? Mark Hemmeldown Model Railway. Flymo is in. Good evening, Flymo. Hope you're well. David Cook is in. Melvin Fackler is in. Matthew Whitmore is in. Good evening to you all. Clive Cabald is in. Who else have we got? Eagle Creek Yarn. Ben. Hello, Ben. Good evening to you. Everyone's been chatting away. Mike Pringle, good evening to you, sir. Hope you are well. Leslie Gilpin is in. David Atkins from British Columbia. I've heard about how bad the weather's been over there for you. It's getting a bit nippy here, but nowhere near as bad as what you've had. John Warner of Piccadilly Engage Model Railway is in. Good evening. Thank you for joining us, John. Jeff Hammond of Flint Hills Model Railway is also in. Good evening, Jeff. Trying to catch up with the chat. There's so many of you in tonight chatting away already. Smallwood Junction, good evening to you. Thank you for joining us. Heike, Moreland Model Railway, Andy, good evening, sir. Hope you are well. Who else have we got in? Anyone else I've not mentioned? Charlie, Partick Hill Station. Got it right this week. Not Patrick, Partick Hill. Good evening. Effingham is in. Good evening to you, my friend. Right, so last week we did the painting of the footbridge. And because of how cold it's been, I haven't actually got around to finishing off the big one. I am working on, so don't worry, they will appear again in further on in the later stream, and I'll give you an update on them. Simon Trains Model Railway Showcase is in. Good evening, Simon. Hope you're all well. Not too chilly out there for you, hopefully, on the rail network. So thanks for joining us. So yeah, today, if you didn't notice the thumbnail, we're going to have an attempt to build this kit from Dapol. It is 00HO scale plastic kit, and it is kit number C017. It's a signal gantry, and it's a 3. If you look at the top, it's got enough for 3 lights, so presumably it will only cover 3 lines. So I've had this as a Christmas present from a family member last Christmas, so it's to tell you how long I've had this. So I thought, as this series, I say it's going to be a lot of kit building, I thought I would give this a go because I've got a bit of a strategic place to go for it to go on the layout. So I thought we'd give this a go. So, well and onwards, hello from New Zealand, says Aaron. Owen's Model Railway is in. Good evening, Owen. Hope you are well, my friend. Owen, are you up at your nan's yet? That's a question I've been meaning to ask. If so, how are you getting on? So yeah, good evening to everybody joining us. Everyone's still saying hello to one another. Right. So I do have a second camera here, so you can get a good overview of the bench. So I'm going to bring that camera in. There it is. Hello, camera 2. And that is the desk cam. Now, I have no idea, absolutely no idea, what's the best thing. I would probably say plastic, I forgot what the name of the stuff is. It's like a liquid form glue with a brush is probably the best thing for using this. But I don't have any of that, so I do have some super glue gel, which I absolutely love this stuff. I think it's so great to do really strong and precise gluing without making a mess. Super fast to dry as well. So yeah, this will be our kit for today. Just bring that, I'm going to tilt that camera up a little bit. It's dropped down somewhat since I set it up. I've been setting this up all evening prior to the show. That's a little bit better. So yeah, let's get this open and let's get cracking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the desk cam onto full screen for you. Okay. Right, so there we go. So here we go. Let's get this kit open and on the road. Owen says, evening. No, I could go in the end. Unfortunately, she's been having problems with her heart, so it would be unfair to add the pressure of me moving on top. Oh, well, I wish her well. Hope she's on the mend. Right. So, instructions, us blokes don't need them. No, yeah, we will use them. Don't worry. So, we do have coming up in the show the usual features of Modeller's Moment and the shout-outs. And it doesn't look that much of a busy kit, I would say. It's not that much of a... Jamie Smith, good evening. I hope you are well. Thank you for joining us. So, looking at the instructions, some things us blokes don't usually do. So it says assembly instructions. It's recommended that the instructions and exploded view are studied and that the assembly is practiced upon cementing together. Certain parts may need to be trimmed and may best be painted before cementing. Well, not bothering or doing no painting on this. We're going to be putting this together straight away. And there is one thing I did actually forget to bring up, and there's a little to the desk. It was a little file to file off any of the sprue ends, or a knife. So I may just bob off and grab one of those in a moment. Now, I don't know about yourselves, but I have this habit when I get kits is to just snap everything off. So I'm not sure whether to do that right now. I'm thinking actually I do need me knife to cut these off well. So I'm thinking I might have to go and get that file and the knife. I did think about doing that just before we came on air, but I had two things I needed to do, and I've only remembered to do one. Hillside Junction. I always read instructions, but never do what they say. So I'm going to have a glance through these. So it says number 1, cement gantry cross member parts 1 and 2, 4 and 5 to the main holding piece. Now they are numbered. So 1 and 2, 4 and 5 are those pieces there. It's to the main holding piece, which I presume, just looking at the picture now, see what I mean? This is why we need instructions. The main holding piece, haha, that'll be that piece just there. So we're going to be, as you can see, yeah, we are going to need to get some bits of plastic on the end. So that has got to be some glued on to that. Okay, right. I'm just going to grab my file and knife. I'll be right back with you. So we're back. I've got my file and I've got my knife. Do the job properly. Just checking on the chat. Owens Model Railways, thank you very much for renewing your channel membership. And Simon's Trains Model Railway Showcase as well. Thank you very much indeed, my friends. Good evening to Oswestry Road. I can see us in the chat. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Just checking out everyone else. Kevin Newbury, good evening to you. Thank you for joining us. Right, so now I've got the knife and a nice little file to do the job. Let's get cracking. So we need, first of all, then, off the sprues. Let's turn that one over. We need that. Move off to one side. Bits that we're not using as of yet. And they're coming off the screws quite well. Okay, let's move them to one side. We'll come back to those. And we need that as well. Right. So let's take off these bits. That one's clean. That one's clean. Just file off them down there. File them down in a bit. That one's fine. And that one's fine. So I'll just file off. Quick and painless. And that. Yep. And bits on there. Oh right, trying the free 1 month super chat message out, which is pointless. Just say I have been support. Oh right, okay, that's something new. I've not come across that before. Oh, Owen, I managed to pick up 2 Dezeros, practically mint condition, 115 each. Fantastic, Owen. Do you do like the 350s, or is it a 450? Right. Okay. So we've got 2 slightly longer and 2 slightly shorter ones. Those have got to go in the middle. This kit is hard to paint once assembled. I'm not too fussed. I'm not too fussed at all. But we'll get there one way or another. Right. So, quick question is, which way up do these go? I've got little pegs on the bottom. Some little pegs on the bottom there. So I'm just wondering if those go at the bottom. I presume. I think they do. Yes, I can see on the picture that they do. Right. Let's get gluing. Obviously, yeah, it does suggest using a cement, but I don't have any available. So this will have to do. Hopefully this glue does dry quite quickly, thankfully, and it won't melt the plastic, I believe, because I've used this glue on plastic kits from Dapple before. Okay, there's one, and we'll do the same on that side as well. I think I am adding a little bit too much, but not to worry. Make sure I've got that the right way up. Yes, I have. I don't want to get any glue on my fingers. That's going well. Okay, just let that set for a moment. One thing about this gel stuff, once it starts coming out, it keeps coming out. So while we're just waiting for that, we'll have a look at next in the instructions. It then says cement side stanchions 6 and to 9 base. Okay, so the bases are these. So let's take the base off. So we're kind of working slightly ahead of what we need while we're just waiting for that glue to dry. That comes off really well. Now, one of them, this is number 9 because it's got this little extra bit that sticks out. So we want that one first. And we want, I presume one of these is different than the other. Yes. And we want the one with that little bit that sticks out too. But what we will do is we'll take the other one off as well. So we're not going to be far off doing that. Take off the excess. That's good. Again on there. There we go. Just give that a slight sand. File them in. And that one as well. Which side was it? If we've done it that smooth. There we go. Okay, so we want that one. So let's just test fit this first. And looking at the instructions, it goes that way round. And without gluing, that's without gluing it in. That fits perfectly. It does say in the instructions that some of them might not quite fit properly. So that's why I've got a small tip file. So it now says then, so cement that. So I'm going to dab that in there, dab that in there. It should be enough to hold it. So which way round again? So it's that and that. There we go. That's one side on. Put that there. I do have my helping hands with me, just in case we get all fingers and thumbs. That seems solid. So now we'll do the opposite side of this while we then let that dry. So we need the bits at the bottom. So try not to glue my fingers together. One side on. And again, those at the bottom. Those are nicely in place. See, what I'll probably do is to make painting this, I will spray it over with a rattle can spray before any final spray. I've got some chrome type spray, not chrome, some steel spray, which I'll paint this in when it's time. Let's have a look at chat. Scrolling back to where I was up to. Jeff Freeman, good evening, Jeff. Hope you are well. How are you? Try and keep you awake this week, because he did tell me that he was so chilled out during last week's show he nodded off. Maybe again this week. Looking at the chat, everyone's saying hello. I didn't renew. Right, okay, yeah, read that bit. Justin, did you see, Jason, did you see the photos I sent you, the layout? Yes, Clive, I have. Good evening, Wardle. Both 350s, no need for a 450, says Owen. Crosses in the middle, Jason. Yes, that's right, that's what I've done. Everyone's saying hello still to one another. Oswestry saying hi to me. Thank you, Oswestry. It's Jason, Clive. If that's you, mate. Yes, it is. Yeah, understood. Are you going to be replacing the signals with working ones at some point? Don't think so. I think it's going to be a little bit beyond. I may just put in the odd one around the layout, but definitely not on this. This is just basically going to be a cosmetic for just viewing pleasures. But no, I can't see me ever making this a full-on operational light, unless someone's willing to give it a go afterwards. And don't do a Charlie and glue your fingers together. Oh, I do that all the time, Ollie, don't worry. I have got glue on my fingers now, would you believe it? Already on my fingers. Who was that? I've just seen somebody comment. New Martin. Taste the glue first to make sure it's ready. Yeah, okay. James Smith. Not WD. Oops. Jason, did you see the photo? Yes, I have. Yes, Clive. Let's hope. I am too busy to nod off tonight, says Jeff. 3D printing a commission for New Durham Junction. Woo. Yes, Jeff does do special commissioned products. If you're after something particular, get in touch with him. See if you can make it here. It's gluing. It's not set yet. Still a bit movable. Right. Next off. Cement side stanchion 7 to base 8. So I said, there is that. There is the other base. So let's get that glued in place. Okay, got that. Now, is this a particular way around? Yes. So it goes with that to the inner. It doesn't really matter because this is the same way around no matter what. There we go. Just check that that's in properly. Got a bit of glue on the bottom. That's in. That's all the way in. So we'll leave that to set. And what we will do is while that's getting set, let's choose and first of our shout outs today goes to a chap that's just returned back into the hobby after a breakaway from moving home, and that goes out to, drum rolls, Eagle Creek Yard. Ben, it goes out to you, Eagle Creek Yard. You are shout out number 1 for today. I know moderators will get a link to your channel posted into the chat very shortly. Yes, Ben had a fantastic American featured layout. Initially, he did start off with UK-based layout, moving over to the American trains and themes of railways in HO. And he had to take a break from the hobby while making progress to move home. He has recently now got into his all new home and has restarted with his modeling. And yes, his modeling is already coming on thick and fast, and he's really eager to get back into the swing of things. And I've already been following his progress across much of his social media. So great stuff to see you back operating the trains again, Ben, of Eagle Creek Model Railway. If you do like your American railroads, or even just like to see model railroads being constructed, then please do check out Eagle Creek Yard. But please, if you do like what you see, please do subscribe and also hit the bell to receive all notifications of future uploads, lives, videos, whatever he may post on his channel. And yeah, do interact with the channel as well. As I always say, interaction is key to keep your subscription active. Otherwise, YouTube do have a habit to say ta-da with that, just in case you're a bot. So yeah, Eagle Creek Yard, and he says, oh, that's awesome, thank you. Eagle Creek Yard is today's first shout out on the show. 2 more shout outs yet to come out throughout the show, and also Modeler's Moment. Right, so let's get back to the instructions. Let's have a look at what we've got to do next. So that is, I've just glued me glue to me knife. So that is the whole of picture 1 now constructed accordingly, and we move over to picture 2. Can't be that hard. There's only 3 pictures. There's nothing on the other side. So pretty much instructions made for me, idiot instructions. So number 4, cement glue. The walkway support, number 10, to the side stanchion number 1. So I'm now looking at the picture and looking for, let me just move that out of the way. I'm now looking for where number 10 is to then glue it to number 1. Number 10 is a little tiny piece there. I can see it on there, and that is what goes in to that little bit that sticks out, I think, on there. So let's have a look. Yes, indeed it is. So the piece we need is this tiny piece just here. So let's get that trimmed off. There we go. This is where the tweezers are really going to come in handy. I'll just file that down. There we go. And for this, in fact, I'm going to test fit it first because I want to make sure which way round this goes. So looking at it that way, it goes on like so. And that is a really good fit on there, so we can get straight in with some glue on there, wherever I've put it. Here it is. So a little tiny dab of glue. And they are tiny dabs. And for this, I'm going to get the tweezers and hold that in place. Oh, and already it's moved. So actually I'm going to use my fingers because I get a better grip with my fingers, to be honest. So I'm going to hold that in place while we have a look at chat. In fact, I might be able to let go of that. If we just hold that there, keep it upright. Let's have a look at chat, see what everyone's been saying. I'm finalising my track pattern for the big shed layout, so I'm rather pleased with myself, says Owen. Dinmore Junction Motorway, good evening to you. Thanks for joining us. Flymo, I must be getting old before my time, Ewan. Aren't we all? Dinmore saying hi to Flymo. Hi, Ewan. Eating dinner, so watching on TV. Ooh, what size are we on? How big am I today? Piccadilly saying hi to Ewan. Jeff saying hi to Jeff. Wardle saying, gonna head off. Enjoy the stream, he says. Thank you very much. Flymo, I'll catch up with Jenny and yourself tomorrow, says Wardle. To Wardle. Growler, fine John, reached the top of the helix. Just need to design an off-ramp. Yes, been following that. Clive, Jason, I have built my own working colour light signal gantries on my layout in the past, mate, in 00. Very good. Fantastic. I did consider actually building some of my own, but I may have to buy some other gantry kits and modify them for my layout because it's quite intricate where I need them. But that will be a long way off. You should have, Tim, but you should have finished it by now. I would like to see those, says Partick Hill. Mike Pringle saying, Ben, just subscribe and I will have a look at some selected videos of yours later. John, hope you're right from the Growler. Flymo, I'll be stuck to the table myself by now. Yeah. Ben saying appreciate it to Mike. That's why you should use plastic cement and not super glue. 65, oh crikey, 65-inch. Your thumb is massive, Jason. Talking of thumbs, thumbs up to the live stream. Everyone, please hit the thumbs up if you haven't already done so. And if you should all, if you are chatting, you'll all know that if you are chatting, then you are subscribed. Thank you very much. Number 5, cement light support 11, 12, and 13 over top of the cross member as shown. Okay, so I'll just bring you that. So, a little pointer. Let's get a little pointer in. So, what we got to do here is these cross beams, which are those little things there. fingers on now. Those, I suppose they're just strengthened. They've got to go across the top of them now, which I suppose are just what the lights sit on, maybe. I don't know. So let's get those off. 1, 2. This is very good sharp knife. So it's coming off the sprues really easily. And it's actually not making much of a mess, so I don't have to file down too much, to be honest. Incredibly, that one's smooth as anything. You can't even see nothing. No. That one does a little bit. I mean, a little bit. That's it. Right, so across the top of the gantry, is there any positioning on this? So I take it one goes right in the middle, and that will be there. Oh, this is interesting. Over the top cross member. Is that right? That doesn't seem right. Oh no, that is right. It's because of me gluing them together. It's going to be interesting. So let's have a look. Looks like that one goes there, and that one goes there. So they're central to the cross members. Okay. Let's glue them in place. Let's get that one on first. So I'm going to put the glue on these. Bit of glue there, bit of glue there. A little bit of glue there. Right in the center. To do this, need 3 hands. And again, dab of glue. Dab of glue. I do like this super glue gel, it's brilliant stuff. That's got to go there. And you've got to put the, I need to separate those. So what I want to do is I'll stick something in there just to keep that wide open. There we go. There we go. That just keeps that, ooh, it's trying to close up. There we go. That'll do. In place. I'll do the same on that side as well, just to keep them open. Okay, let's have a look at number 6. Cement lights 14, 15 and 16. So I've moved, just come unglued. I'll come back to that in a moment. To the light supports as shown. Right, so they are what the light's attached to. You can see this going wrong already because the glue's not bonding. 1, 2, 3. Just could wait for the glue to dry a little bit quicker. I think that's held, but what I'm going to do is that wants a dab more glue on there. It's come undone. Plastic cement would have been 100% the better option. Right, so yeah, I see, right, they go on there. Okay, so we'll let that dry a bit, and what we will do, James Galton, good evening, thank you for joining us. Catching up on chat. We'll show my latest 3D print tomorrow, says Charlie. Gosh, I'll change over to 3D. 65-inch, your thumb is massive. Keep well as possible, Clive. You keep safe, sir. Did you get to see an AN score on TG4? Clive meant to ask. For the plastic and resin printed pieces, Jumbo Lane Printing, fantastic. Donegal Dad, Mark, good evening. Thanks for joining us. Just have a quick drink. Catching up. So yeah, Mark, thank you for dropping in. Hope you are well. Everyone's saying hello to Mark of Donegal Dad. And Donegal Dad saying hello back to everyone. You will need either cotton or fishing line or brass rod to make the rail of the handrail. Yes, I gather. Yeah, I know what you're on about there. Actually, it's actually mentioned that I've seen it in the instruction. Handrails between the 12 stanchions can be formed using either cotton or nylon thread, as shown. Yeah, that's something I will do much later on because it will get damaged if I don't. Do it now, if you know what I mean. Right, when do we attach cement the handrails? Right. Cement the light supports on and then cement lights to light supports as shown. Right. Yeah. When do we add them? Cement walkway support. Yeah, we've done that one. And then cement the light supports to the cross member. Then cement the lights to the light supports. Okay, I'm just reading ahead slightly so that I can understand where we're getting to with them. Okay, so we're not really far off done. And what I'm going to do right now is the last thing to come off, so I can discard the sprues. It's the ladder. So the last thing. Oh no, we've still got those as well. So we're going to start now taking everything off the sprues that's left while we're waiting for things to dry. These are all right. That one's done. And I'll come to those in a bit. That's the ladder. Okay, right. Let's have a look. Seems solid enough. Okay, so now, is there any particular way round that these go on? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it needs to, we're looking at it that way round. And the lights slot on to those there. So they actually hang down, which is interesting. So, let's put some glue on there. I'm not sure whether these will stay in place. All the time that we're waiting. And literally, these just slot on. So what we're going to try and do is get them to stay in place while we wait for it to dry. Yep, that's going on. I can hear it like click into place. There we go, that's just clicked on. That's the light beams on. The light on, so we'll wait for those just to dry off a little bit before we do any more progress. So it's time for and today for the next shout out we're going courtesy of Timber Surf. Yes, Tim, you are today's next shout out. Timber Surf, with the great channel of great ways of making bits and bobs for your layouts with simplicity. It does a great series called VidBits. I do follow them all as best as I possibly can. I've got a couple I think outstanding to be watching, but yes, Timber Surf is tonight's shout out on this one. Do check out the channel. Tim will be very, very appreciative of your subscription. If you are not already subscribed to Timber Surf channel, then please do so today if you like what you see. And I do like what I see. It's a great channel, and he has done a lot of great stuff, especially over the past 12 months for the model railway community. And he well deserves a shout out. So great stuff. Timber Surf is today's next shout out. Please check out his channel. If you like what you see, subscribe. And you do subscribe, click the bell, select all on the notification so you don't miss out on any future uploads from Timber Surf's channel, which I'm absolutely certain you don't need to miss them out. You should not miss out. And interact with Timber Surf's channel via any form of way, either a comment or making sure you tune into any videos he later publishes, or even just go back and view some of his old. I do recommend you check out his VidBit series. Great little short series, his episodes in the series, which are quite very entertaining, and you might pick up a good tip or two or three or four. So yes, Timber Surf, you are the next shout out on the show. I'm going to sneeze, so I'm going to mute the microphone for a moment. Hang on. Oh, it passed. Thought I was going to really sneeze hard then. Right, so next thing is to get these onto those. This is going to be the interesting part, because I've got a feeling if it's not glued together properly, it will fall apart. So let's have a look which way around these go. I can only gather that they go that way. With that way around, I think. This kit is relatively easy to put together. If I can do it, and I'm useless pretty much at building kits, anybody can do this. So is anybody actually, I noticed some people said they've had problems with the painting of it. So how many of you here have got the kits? How many of you have attempted to build the kits? I'd be really interested. And how did you find it? So here we go, then let's get some glue. So first one going on. Now, all I do, it should just slot into place, all being well. Perhaps if I'm holding it in a better position, there it goes. It's just literally slotted in. And so what I'm going to clear off any excess glue as well. Actually use to do that. I'm going to use the knife. So I'll make sure it's lined up and just smear the excess glue over the join. This glue gel does dry very well. It does not dry in chunks, if you know what I mean. So I'm just literally smoothing the compressed glue around. And afterwards I can always file down any lumpy bits, but there won't be any. Just press that into place to make sure it's got a good firm fit. There we go. So that's that one on. What I'll do is I'll turn it upside down and we'll apply the glue to the other one. Just making sure I've got it the right way around. I've just seen there's a bit of a spurt bit once taken off the top of that. There we go. And again, yeah. Which way around does that go now? So that's the outside, okay. Okay. And again, we'll get that to slot into place. And it has done. Nicely slotted in. Press that down. Make sure we've got a nice firm fit. Not as much excess glue oozing out on this side. If any, actually. No, I don't think there is. No, that one's fine. So far, so good. Looks like that one's bent. I think it's the camera angle, actually. Yeah, it's straight now. So we're getting there. Let's have a look at chat. I didn't glue the lights on, so I could adjust them to be directly over the track. They will just hang there unglued. Well, I've only put a tiny, tiny bit of glue on there, so if I do want to take them back off, I can do. What I might actually do is to ensure that I get behind them, I may take them back off, but literally there is the tiniest, that I've put this minusculous, tiniest bit of glue on them. I will be able to crack them off later on. If I choose to. It's a video on my YouTube channel. Says Flymo Donegal to Flymo. Just in case you didn't go. We need to meet up, Jason. Are you going to Stafford in Feb? I will be at the Alsager exhibition on Saturday. Will you? Yes, I am going to be at Stafford. I may actually also be at the Alsager one, but it won't be until late in the afternoon. As I'm doing a radio broadcast in the morning. But yeah, wow! So you're going to be in Alsager on Saturday. Fantastic. The Alsager exhibition, I think it's being brought together by the guys that usually do the Alsager Model Railway Society exhibition at Bentley Motors, just around the corner from me. But obviously, they haven't got access to the venue anymore, so obviously there's not been any exhibition. But yeah, timber, I may probably be at the Alsager one on Saturday afternoon for a couple of hours, just to come and show my face and say hello. I do know of quite a few of the guys at the Alsager Club, and it'd be nice to meet up with them again. David says, I built it as an Airfix kit almost 50 years ago. Still have it. Wow. Mark at Donegal Dad has 1,000 subscriber competition. Yes, he does indeed. Timber Surf, I should design and make an extension pad. It always seemed mean that it only does 3 tracks and not 4. Timber, that is a very good idea, actually. And I do like that. I do like your suggestion. And thinking about it, there is a possibility if you had 2 of these packs, because that side is smaller than this side. So I don't know whether 2 of those longest ends together, that would give it an extra block on that side, would give it enough space to carry maybe for another track, or if it would be possible to like I say, get an extra section of just literally hang over the end. Yeah, that would be an interesting idea. I've got a made up set in a box, fairly tough for the type of kit. 3 lights too. Yeah, you don't see on. We have a train show this Sunday coming, says James Golden. Where's that at, James? Let us know. If anyone wants to post details of that, I'm sure they will do. So yeah, it's 3 tracks. So for my layout, it does work because I've got some 3-track sections on my layout. But in most cases, especially around stations coming out of the mouse's throats of stations, they could be in excess of 3 and 4 and 5 tracks. Excuse me. So yeah, an extension pack would be relatively easy. I suppose really they are designed in a way where you can actually add another one, because this here replicates the center section there where that cross beam is. So you could, in theory, slot another one on the end and continue it on. I suppose it's they've kind of designed it in a modular section. That hasn't, if you look, that end there is smooth, it's flat, yeah, because that's the ladder end. But on that end, it's grooved to fit another section on. So yeah, an extension part would be beneficial. Excellent, good idea. Depending on your track spacing, Hornbeat and Pico are different. Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah. Dango, I bought 2 packs to make a 4-track. It's sitting in my projects pile for a couple of years now. Well, I've had this since last year. So, for those who can get along to the All Stage exhibition, was that on the 27th, Jason? Yes, it is the 27th. Saturday the 27th. I think it's on till 5. Is it? You would need the platform too. Yes. Yes. Notice on the website there. Fantastic. Right, so what's the next on the old destructions? So we've attached those. Repeat for walk. Right, cement the handrail stanchions into the holes to the walkway. Okay, there we are. So I think, right, the walkway goes on the back end, doesn't it? And it goes that way up. Right, let's see where this walkway is supposed to fit. All right, that's there. So that is, got you. Right, okay. So that goes over there for the ladder. Yes. It literally, right, I get it. Just spotted it underneath. The pegs that stick out slot. There. You see the pegs that stick out for alignment? They slot in there. Simple. And how does that literally just butt up to the next one? Yes, it does. Literally, it just butts up. Okay. So that needs a good firm gluing then along there to keep that in place. Now, does that sit? How does that sit? Now, I'm getting a bit puddled here. Repeat, right, cement the handrail stanchions into the holes in the walkway base 24. That's this. 23 is used to solidify the join between the 2 walkways. Huh? Yeah, this is starting to confuse me now. Somewhat simple. So that goes in there. Does that just sit on there? Must do. That must sit on top of that. What's 17? Right, yeah. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, okay. So that sits just on top of there. Right. Oops. Let's get that glued. Let's put a bit of glue along the edge just to hold it in place. And on there. Hopefully that is in position. So this is a point where it does need added strength. It's holding. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue over them. See what I mean? It's fell off. Put some glue in there. If that's right, that should stick. Should is the operative word. So I'm going to leave that in place. I'm going to use my helping hands here. There we go. So let that set. Let's have a look at the other side. Okay. Repeat the opposite walkway and noting that the stanchion 23 is used to solidify the join between the two walkway pieces. The stanchion 23 is used what's 23? Need to. Aha, right, got you. Okay. Yeah, got it. It's because there's a little tiny hole there which matches. Let's show you on the camera. There's a little tiny to match these holes. Okay, there is a half a hole. On that there's half a hole. So when these are paired up together and you glue the peg in, it holds them together. If you catch my drift. Spreading the glue about so it's not lumpy. Right. Let's see if this one will fit on. Oop, nearly. Glue my fingers together. Yep, I am. Tilt that over a little bit. You have to dry in that position. So we'll wait that now to dry. I'm just checking it's all in the right position. Does not look like it's quite right on position. Now it is. got an ever so slight bend in this piece of plastic, so it's not sitting quite right. What I'm going to do, just add a bit of glue there. I'll do. Right. What I'm going to do is put the lid on for now. That's not the lid, that's the new one. There's my lid. There it is. Any using out. Martin Berteland, good evening to you. Thanks for Little Britain. I just finished my first brass kit. I love building kits so much. I would rather get all my models as kits if I could. Wow. And Alan Reynolds, good evening. Thanks for joining us. Let's catch up on the chat totally now. Yeah, the handrail stunions, that's these that you're on about. They're the ones that go in. I've seen the old round B&N lights on some of the US railroad videos I've watched. Good evening, Little Britain. Good evening, Jason. Flying over this kit is the old Airfix gantry, which is begging for some LEDs to be fitted. Regards, Alan in the loft. Indeed, it is. Yeah, mentioned earlier, is an old Airfix kit. Dapple took it on. Can hear a clock ticking. Is that my brain ticking or Jason's? I think it's mine. Yeah, no, actually. Yeah, there's a clock ticking in the background on the wall. Good evening, Martin Berteland. Goodbye, everyone. Back to the train room, says James Galton. Take care. Looks good, Jason. Just need some LEDs in it now. Why not just 3D print the gantry? Yeah, you could do that in if you have a 3D printer. Have a good one there, James. Keep well and warm. Little Britain says, I recommend all plastic kit builders use the little bottles of polystyrene cement with the brush in the cap. Much less messy and easy to use. Yeah, I was going to get some it's a plastic weld, I think it's called. I was meaning to get my hands on some, but I forgot. I have trialed some when Jeff at Jumble Lane Printing was here, and I was very impressed with the stuff. There is a gap there, isn't there? That final piece is not gluing very well. We'll see. Subscriber join. Yeah, thank you very much. Charlie McGowan's Partick Hill Station. I might just do that. The rattling sound is Jason's brain. Yeah. Right. So, hour and 18. So it's time for. How many have we done? Have we done 1, 2, or 3 shout outs already? I've completely lost track. I'll just have a drink. Hang on. Plastic Magic. That's the stuff. Cheers, Andy. Completely lost track. The rattling sound is Jason's brain. Yeah. I'm not sure how many shout outs. You know what? Doesn't matter. We're going to do another one. Even if we've done all 3, we'll do 4. So it's. And the last shout out, lost track. Ha ha ha. Simon. Yee. 2 shout outs. Right. So this is number 3. Right, let me have a look. I just saw somebody I wanted to do a shout out to. It helps if I go on the right screen. But thank you very much, Alan. I'm just going to double check if there's anybody else that I wish to grab before I do. No, we're going to go with that one. And then final shout out for today is going to be Charlie McGowan, Partick Hill Station. You are the 3rd shout out for today. Timber Services, I condone the use of Revel contactor cement as the applicator is superb. Hello, Daniel's 00 Model Railways. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, so third shout out is to Charlie McGowan's Partick Hill Station channel. Oh, and hello as well to Route 7 Railway. Steve, good evening to you. Thanks for joining us. Steve, I need to speak to you actually as soon as possible, preferably after the stream. If you could just PM me on Facebook just to have a quick chat with you. Nothing untoward, just a quick couple of minutes chat. But thank you for joining us. So yes, Charlie McGowan's Model Railways Partick Hill Model Railway is the third shout out for today. Charlie is over in Canada, but he models UK railways. He is originally from Scotland. As some of you do when you're on, I've got glue on the back of my hand and it's got rock solid glue on my hand and on my fingers. So some people do get a bit confused when he is live streaming or doing videos that speaks in a Scottish accent, and but he's live streaming to Canadian time zones. But he does do his best to do his live streams coordinated with times here in the UK. Charlie's a great channel. He does a lot of live streams as well, talking about the model railway, talking about some of his stuff that he's learned over the time, and also doing a lot of maintenance on some older locomotives, cleaning them up, things like that. Definitely worth checking out, especially if you've got old locomotives and you want a bit of an idea on how to go about the maintenance of them. So yeah, great channel, definitely worth checking out. If you like what you see, subscribe. If you do subscribe, then when you click the bell, select all for notifications and interact with that channel also. Oh, Little Britain says, Charlie, I am in Southern Ontario. Where are you? Right, so there you go. We've connected you up with a fellow modeler over your side of the pond also. And also, don't forget Sparky 107 is also in Canada. And he's not far from Ontario himself. Toronto, that direction. Can't remember exactly without grabbing the map, but yeah, he's up that neck of the woods. Yes, Charlie does some fantastic kit bashing and scratch building. Yeah, he does, certainly does. Binnington Central, sorry I'm late. Go and sit in the corner with your fingers on your lips, you naughty boy. No, you're fine. Anytime you want to join in, Brian, you're never late to the show. You're never late, even if you join right at the end. Right. I might leave these off for just the time being. I'm unsure whether to attempt to put them on the walkway. Let me just check something, which I just need to take some flashing off that ladder. Let's file that down. Right, just test fit the ladder. John Dawson, thank you so much for you, Jason, to purchase a pint on Thursday. I'll drink the root beer on my end over the pond on Thursday. That is ever so very, very kind of you. Thank you very much. Yes, it is. If for those of you who were tuned in last year, I did the show on the day it's my third birthday on Thursday, this Thursday coming, and last year, we did I did the YouTube Tuesday on, was it on my birthday or was it the day before? I think it was the day before my birthday. And yes, if you remember the confetti cannons from the good old Valley Brook that came live on the show, interrupting the show. If those of you can remember that far back. Yeah, that was a year ago. This week really. Compared, this is the show it happened on. So a huge thank you to John Dawson for that very generous donation of 25 Canadian dollars. Thank you very much. I will most definitely put that towards a very nice chilled pint. I appreciate it dearly. Thank you very much. There's a bit of flashing on the front of there. Need to get rid of that. 1 year anniversary. That got your favourite look. Yes, I should have it on display, shouldn't I, tonight? Favourite logo. Oh, you had to say that, didn't you, Si? Now that's slightly not quite reaching on the very tip of there. Can you see that? Helps if I've got something. Right at the tip of there, it's a little bit that sticks over. I'm not sure whether that's supposed to be there or not. I think it is. I think that's supposed to hold on to the top of the walkway. So it would help if I lowered this down, so you can. In fact, I'll tilt the camera up actually, so you guys can see what I'm doing properly. There we go. So I'm just looking at the walkway. I do think that's about right. I'm going to attach that now. In fact, it's stuck on. Right, where's the glue? So huge thank you again to John Dawson. That's so much appreciated. Totally unexpected, and that was a shock to see up on my screen. Right. I'm not going to say how old I am. I'll leave that for somebody else to guess. Right, let's see. That will attach and hold in place. Well, we'll have a look at the chat. Just sub to Charlie, says Eagle Creek. I forgot it's Tuesday. Good evening, Brian. People saying, Jeff, you're most kind. A Monday club is never late. Frodo Baggins. Oh, wait, wrong live stream. Jason's birthday live stream. That was brilliant. Yeah, it was. Confetti. Yes, Timber. I do like the Dapple kit. Is that the Airfix kit? Yeah, it's. I didn't even know it was, but yeah, it's the what was the Airfix kit? It's the those. I'll put it there. It's holding. So it's Dapple Kit Master Kit. I don't know why this camera's not very. Is that camera in focus to you guys? Yeah, it's in focus to me. It's just on my screen. It looks like it's not. It's the Kit Master. It's C017 Signal Gantry. Oh, then. Let me just read the instructions on these because I'm unsure which bit is a sprue and which isn't. Repeat the opposite walkway and notice this. Yeah, I've done that. Cement the ladder and the walkway shown. Leave to dry thoroughly dry. Cement the walkway in onto the small protruding lugs on the gantry and at the same time position the base of the ladder into the cavities on the side section as shown. Handrails between the 12 stanchions can be formed using either cotton and iron. Yeah, so literally it's just adding these on. At the is the final bit now. I think they're the top. cutting these, the sprue off. And now take them off the bottom. This is where they go flying across the table. Oh no. Oh, yeah. One's gone on the floor. Grab that in a minute. I'll keep my finger on them. So, before we put these together, it'll do this. Yes, it's time for Modeller's Moment, and this modeler being set in this moment is in the chat tonight. Anna sent me a number of photographs over. He was talking to me earlier. Just catch up on the chat quickly. Digger got it mixed up and I never had time to correct him. Brian, not his fault. Lots of waiting service. Gantry looks pretty good. As old as your gums and a bit older than your teeth. We're waiting for the glue to set. My microwave kit is a Kitmaster kit. Yay! Kitmaster was first Airfix, bought them out, then Dapple bought them from Airfix, but returned the name. Right. My Kitmaster kit I have turned pear-shaped quickly. Thanks to everyone much, Jason. Really appreciate your support. Always try to provide something of interest. Fantastic. So yes, today's Modeller's Moment comes courtesy of a chap that took me sent over some photographs recently, and here they are. So he's Clive Cobold sent over these two photographs of the all-new APT. A bit of an imminaring on that pantograph and the top of it. It does look very, very plasticky. And he also then sent over a number of photographs from his layout. His layout is called Wickham Junction. A question I have there, that's the Metcalfe town, but it looks like it's got the castle build attached to it. I do like how he's done the footbridges over the lines there. And a lovely long shot with the gantries on that. Fantastic they are, in the signal, or the electrification. And this is what gave me the idea of doing this kit for this, because I saw the gantries in. Lots of fantastic buses there. Absolutely love the buses on that layout. I've been having a good peer through. And the Sea-Link ferry, same as what Main Train Eastport has got. Great model boat incorporated into the layout. Does like a lot of his trains from across many of the eras. A nice pacer there. DMU. And yeah, does like his BR Blue, that's for sure. It's a nice 100-ton fuel tankers there. And I've never seen that red line on a Sprinter before. It'd be interesting to know what that's for. And there's a pace again, the Nodding Donkeys, the great bouncy trains. And again, so another Sprinter. I think that's a 156, that is. And 47s galore. Fantastic. Yeah, BR Blue Intercity. So yeah, check out Clive Cobold's channel. His channel is not all based on model railways, but he does feature his layout on a playlist in his channel, and it is called Wickham Junction, his layout. Buses, you would, Jason. Yeah, I have been having a good peer at those photographs of the buses. Clive is undergoing some eye treatment at the moment, so we wish him all the best and well, so he can get back to working on his layout. He's going for an operation very soon. So all the best to Clive. There's The playlist, I think he's just posted. Clive Cabald doesn't have videos, but has playlists. Yes, and in there he has a playlist of his layout featured on his channel. As his channel says, his channel is not just about model railways; it's about a lot of things. But he does do a playlist on his layout stuff and railways in general. So check out his channel. Say if you do like what you see, then please do subscribe to his channel. He'll appreciate it greatly. He was in the chat earlier on. Not sure if he's still with us, but not to worry. He will indeed appreciate him being today's Modeller's Moment. And if you want to be part of Modeller's Moment, if you want your layout featured on that, then please get in touch with me via email, barnabasjunction@gmail.com, with a selection of photographs and or some small video clips that I can include in a Modeller's Moment reel, just like what you've just seen. And we will talk about and look at your layout. It is open to people who don't have channels as well. So if you are tuned in and you don't do your own YouTube channel on your layout, you can still feature on this Modeller's Moment. Just send over those details, photos, and small video clips, maybe a quick video around your layout. barnabasjunction@gmail.com. Fred at Wilbury Castle's just dropped in. Good evening, Fred. Jason and all, just finished watching TV, talking pictures, TV, plenty of ancient railway films. Great stuff. I've been following. Has anyone been following the Hornby series? I've just caught up and watched the Everard Junction episode with Everard Junction in it today. I've got yesterday's to watch as of yet. Not too bad, actually. Quite enjoying the series. It's something a bit different. Right. So I found the missing one that fell down. Let's get the final thing done. Let's tilt this over. And let's attempt to get these to fit. Let's just dry fit them. Yeah, that fits. Yeah, they fit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a dab of glue on the mat. And I can put the lid on it, so we're not overloading these. And we're literally just going to dab the bottom in the glue and then place them on like so. At the same time, might just file the odd one down as well. They're going in relatively easy. Going in very easy, actually. I thought they might have been a bit more difficult than that. I keep thinking that white blob's the glue. It's a yellow blob. Might have been better if we got started at that and I'm knocking them with no fingers. So far, so good. I think we might have extra pegs. I need another blob of glue, actually. It's the first one that doesn't quite sit in right. Just an extra blob on there. There we go. 4 left. So nearly there. 2 more. And the final one is the one that joins the two together. So I'm going to get plenty of glue on this one. That'll do. That's one straightening up, and there we have. It's not quite level in the middle. Not sure what I can do about that. So let's just tilt it over. Let's see what I might try. I can't grip that like so. Ah well, not quite level, but it's getting there. Tell you what I'm going to do. Tilt it right over. Try and get this to turn. Let's go in. There we go. Right. It's flat. I just literally rest that on there. There we go. Just rest that on there while it dries. In fact, I'm going to put a bit more blob on there. Smoothing it out. There. Oh, actually stuck together now. I'll just leave that there for the time being. So let's have a look at chat. Simo D, I've just seen in the chat. Simo, hello. Thank you for joining us. Just going to open a fresh drink. Use a post-it note for the glue dabs. Saves the cutting mat. Timber, you're full of great ideas. That is a great idea. Although I don't know where it was now. Oh, it was there. It's pretty much, I think I've probably wiped it up my fingers somewhere now. That's it, yeah, it's gone now anyway. Let's have a look. I have 3 boxes of British Railways DVDs I am trying to get rid of, says Patrick Hill. Yeah, Flymer says this video from Clive's playlist will bring back some few memories. I know which one you're on about. Not seen the last one yet. Jenny does a New Zealand Railway. I've not seen the latest one yet. Need to catch up. Hello, Mark 5 Charman. Use a post-it note. Very good evening, Jason, from a very cold Somerset. I hope all are well with you, my friend. Thank you, Matthew Fitton, for joining us. It is bitterly cold up here also. I hope everyone's staying wrapped up warm. Simo D, I'm just ironing the kids' uniforms and watching in the background. Thank you very much, Simo. Don't leave the iron on the clothes. Don't want no burnt clothes in. Going to school with some burnt, singed clothes. Bottle carton caps for gluing and paint drops. Yeah, that's a good idea. Simon, you have obviously been watching my exercise video. Could finish that with strengthened sprue for the handrails, perhaps. Yeah, so I'm going to spray it up before I do anything more with this now. Right, must go chaps, up for work at 4 a.m, says Jeff Freeman, Jumbo Line Printing. Thank you very much, Jeff, for dropping by. You sleep well, my friend. It's not level, you have handrails. Yeah, true. That's what their handrails are for. An early start, yes. People saying goodnight to Jeff. Simo, I've just got a record player to hopefully fix the noise. Hillbilly Railroad, hello to you. Thank you for joining us. So that is the kit built. Let's bring it over. Let's get it off this now without breaking it. There we go. Let's move that out of the way. That is the Dapol Kitmaster 00 HO scale plastic kit, C017 signal gantry. That would probably be able to be put together a lot faster than what I've done it, especially if you had the proper plastic, cement, glue, whatever you want to use. Flymo just had a visitor dropping off messages and heard that post-it note tip, it travels on Timbersurf. Hey, great stuff. That is the kit. Very easy. Obviously, everyone has their different ideas on whether to paint up a kit before you build it or do certain things, add electronics to a kit, that sort of stuff. Anyway, these, it does say, and I know Timber's also commented, handrails between the stanchions can be formed using either cotton or nylon thread wrapped around. Nylon might be a bit thick, really, but yeah, definitely cotton to create the handrails in between. And obviously, the lights, you could add actual LEDs to them and wire them up so they do work, they're operational, or you can just leave them, paint them up. I will probably just paint this up to make it look like it's in an operation, but yeah, quite pleased with that. Kit I got last year for Christmas has just been built finally, and I've got a little place on the layout for this to be situated, so we have to wait to see where that will be when I can get back in the loft and it's a bit warmer. It's absolutely bitterly cold up there. I went up there earlier on for 5 minutes and I was shivering, so yeah, that's why today's stream is down in the editing studio. Oh right, Martin Bertlin says I used fuse wire. Ah, interesting. Good idea, actually. Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. Never thought of fuse wire. That's quite good. I'm picking at glue now. I think Alan Dragon Junction has one unpainted and happy. Yeah, it's quite realistic, unpainted. It's to be honest, it's quite solid and sturdy as well. I'm quite surprised actually how sturdy that is. I was a bit weary putting the first bits together, but no, it's gone together quite well, and it looks very good actually. It does look very good. With a bit more precise and taking your time kind of thing, well, quite more thought into it, probably make it look better than what it is, but that looks rather good. So that is it again for this week. We will be back again next Tuesday with another episode of Kit Building with YouTube Tuesday on YouTube Tuesday. Not sure what next week's kit is going to be as of yet, but I have got a big selection to choose from, and possibly something from WWS, or maybe something from Scale Model Scenery. We'll have to wait and see. But thank you very much, everybody, for joining me. Please do check out the shout-outs throughout the show, and also Modelers Moments, Clive Cabal's channel. Go check out his playlist on his channel showing his layout. So we wish him all the best with his upcoming operation. Thank you everyone that's been in the chat with us tonight, and especially to those that done channel memberships or super stickers, whatever they were. Wasn't sure what they were. Also, thank you very much to the fantastic super chat from John Dawson, birthday super chat. It's an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much. I will definitely do as you instruct and have a nice cold beer on that. Thank you very much. But I will obviously put it towards some other stuff as well. Thank you ever so much for joining me again this week. I will see you again next week. But yes, if you are out and about this weekend, don't forget it is the Whalley Local at Whalley Club. And also, Alsager is having a little bit of a model railway exhibition on the 27th this Saturday in Alsager. I may just be bobbing in for an hour or two to show my face to the guys up there. If you are in the area, then feel free to drop in. I'll be there late afternoon if anyone wants to drop by. It looks solid and withering 2 hours. Jason, nice one. Good night, Jason. And everyone says, Donegal Dad, Simon saying good night, everybody. Thank you very much, Little Britain. It's a great modelling. Thanks a lot. What I would like to offer, though, before I do go, is in a future episode, if anybody else has got some kits that they're looking at building, what I'm thinking about opening up one of the episodes to is to do a mass kit build. Get as many of us on the stream. All it's Fly Mode Chairman, thank you ever so much. That is very much appreciated. A lovely donation of £5 there. Thank you very much, much appreciated. If anybody out there has got kits to build and they are interested in doing a kit build episode, joining in, having multiple kit builds going on stream at the same time, then please do get in touch. And we'll look at doing that in a future episode coming soon. So yeah, get in touch with me. You can do either by private message, social media, or you can get in touch with me via email at barnabasjunction@gmail.com. And that's the same email address to get in touch with me if you want to be involved on Modeller's Moment. So again, thank you very much to John Dawson. Thank you very much, Flymo. That is so much appreciated. Again, thank you all for joining me tonight. I will see you again next week. You everyone, please do take care of yourself. Stay warm, stay safe, stay well, and best of all, everybody, keep on modeling. Ta-ra from me. See you next Tuesday. Take care.